Welcome to City Living, where we explore the history, culture, and latest developments of all the neighborhoods in Philadelphia, the best city to call home. I'm your host, Dave Yike, and today we'll be exploring the character and narrative behind Brewerytown. Unofficially, Brewerytown's borders run between the Schuylkill East riverbanks and 25th Street, with a boundary of Cecil B. Moore Avenue to the north and Parish Street to the south. Before beer gardens were introduced to our beautiful city, believe it or not, we were actually a hub for the country's major breweries. Brewerytown thrived late into the 20th century, but with the implementation of Prohibition in the United States, beer production moved primarily to the Midwest. So by 1987, there were no breweries actually in Brewerytown. It's simple, Brewerytown was just that, Philadelphia's brewery-filled section of the city. While at its peak, during the late 19th and early 20th century, the city of Philadelphia was home of roughly 700 breweries. We've given you a glimpse of Brewerytown's historical significance, but it's the people that control the cultural impact of a neighborhood. Right now I'm standing outside the home of jazz legend John Coltrane. From 1952 to 1958, Train called this three-story residence home, and it was here that he developed his skills as a virtuoso as well as his distinct sound. He also released his first 3 albums, including Blue Train. We can all agree that what is considered art has evolved through generations in culture. What once may have been considered a crime of degradation can now be appreciated for its artistic contribution to American history. Graffiti is one of those newly appreciated art forms, and Brewerytown, Philadelphia is the birthplace of the first modern graffiti artist. Darryl McCray, well known as Cornbread, was raised in this North Philadelphia neighborhood and is widely regarded as the first graffiti artist for being the first individual to tag his own name and not the name of a gang. Cornbread was a rebel, and his most publicized stunts include tagging an elephant at the Philadelphia Zoo and the Jackson 5's private jet while it was parked at Philadelphia International Airport. During the 1960s and 70s, Cornbread was a menace. However, in 1984, he was recruited to help Mayor Wilson Goode with the Anti-Graffiti Network, now known as the Mural Arts Program. I'm currently standing at the corner of 29th and Oxford Streets. Now, before this area was converted to residential homes, it was the site of Columbia Park, the home of the Philadelphia Athletics Major League Baseball team. The baseball park occupied the area between 29th and Cecil B. Moore, formerly known as Columbia Avenue, to 30th and Oxford Street, from 1901 until it was demolished in 1912. During its peak, the small stadium could accommodate over 13,000 fans. Ironically, although the stadium's home was steps away from the country's top breweries, beer sales at the stadium were prohibited. I doubt those same rules would fly today. Brewerytown today is on an upswing. The unfortunate white flight of the early 20th century left large homes to low-income and predominantly poor individuals who lacked the resources to tend to these massive structures. However, now with more urban professionals desiring properties closer to Center City's business district, the interest has increased, development and restoration on older homes has begun. With the development of the gorgeous Brewerytown condominiums, it's obvious that Brewerytown continues to thrive and grow. That's all the time we have here today. I'm Dave Yike with MyNewPhilly.com, where something is always new and everything is always Philly.